Hey man, this is Dean. Y'all know what this is. I am your host, and this is By Any Means. I just want to say, there go to Cash App, man. Hit that Cash App. I appreciate everybody that been supporting me and holding me down. We gotta talk about something today, y'all. I know a lot of people not gonna like this, and I hate having to do this, but again, y'all know how I am. I ain't tell them to say it. I ain't tell them to talk it. I ain't tell them to do it. But I will give my opinion on it. So, no compromise. So, no compromise to me, then you're ducking. I had a whole conversation with one of my brothers about this. And the funniest part is, this is the thing that I feared the most. Devin Haney is out here now. And it's just funny how the man upstairs worked because there's no way that we would have known that he was going to say this right after. Like, there's no way you can know this type of stuff. But at the end of the day, let's fight old school styles, Devin. I don't want no excuses. So let's fight at 140 with no rehydration clauses, or I'm not doing it. And I was telling people that I know Devin has been said he's not fighting that no rehydration clause. Like, he's been said this. But as we know, we can't just hold fighters to what they say, because they'll say one thing, do another. But Devin, if you really feel like that, bro, if you're supposed to be negotiating with Gervonta, but what it sounds like, the only way the negotiation is going to go through is if he does what you want him to do. You're not willing to compromise on any end, sir. And to me, then that's a duck, because you got his name in your mouth more than anybody. So you should be trying to do something to make this fight happen, as I've been telling everybody for a while now. It's not just on Gervonta to make this fight. You know Gervonta's not going to 140 and then fight you with no rehydration clause. You know this. And you're still asking for it. And you're trying to frame him as if he's ducking you when you're the B-side. You can't come with hard, I'm not taking this. Especially if it's not even about the money. That is not something, Devin, you aren't going to get to dictate the weight or the split of the money. Do you understand this? You can negotiate and then hope that Gervonta concedes and gives a little, but you can't walk into a negotiation with somebody you have no leverage against. You have zero leverage against. For real, Tank got more leverage against you because he could play and go to everything you've been saying for 6, 7, 8 months. If you're not willing to fight him at, if you don't want no excuses, Devin, and it's what I keep telling y'all, and it's why I say what I say about them fighting at 135. You don't want no excuses. You don't want no catch weights. You don't want no rehydration clauses. But you're not the A side. So do you know the only way that you could get that without Tank Davis having to concede everything on his end? Fight him at 135, and you won't be under a catch weight, nor would you be under a rehydration clause. So if you want the fight that you said, because you can gain up to 25 pounds. So let me ask y'all, 135 plus 25 is 160. You wouldn't be comfortable at 160 at the because you now, because if you fight him at any other place, you're only going to be able to, because everybody say, Dean, tell him to fight him at 140. You know why he won't fight him at 140? You know why Devin's not going to fight him at 140? Because I need y'all to do math. Do Devin got a better chance of being in better shape and good on fight night at 160 or at 150? Because if he fights him at 140, Gervonta is going to put a rehydration clause on him. Correct. And from what y'all told me, y'all wouldn't want no excuses. That's fair. We just want you to fight him at 140. Y'all don't even do math in y'all head. If he fights him at 140, y'all, right? And Gervonta say, okay, I'll fight you at 140. Here go a rehydration clause. You cannot come in the morning of the fight no bigger than 150. Do you think Devin would be okay with that? You know why Devin's not okay with that? Because he came in at 165. So that's 15 pounds less than he even came in for the 140 fight. That is 9 pounds less than what Mauricio Suleiman said he's come in when he's fought for the WBC at 135. They said Devin was coming in anywhere between 156, 157, 158, 159, somewhere around there for those fights that he was doing at 135 for the WBC belt. That's what they said. The sanctioning bodies, not me. That's what Mauricio Suleiman said. So he got a better chance at being good on fight night and fighting him at 135, killing yourself to make the weight, but you get to rehydrate to whatever you want to. And we know Devin body, especially if he go down to 135, his body is probably going to soak in everything. As the minute he eat, he gains 5 pounds. If he fights him at 135, y'all know he could come in the ring about 160 because he won't be under a rehydration clause. He won't have to fight at a catch weight. And he'll be able to rehydrate to whatever he wants. If he fight him at 140, like y'all keep saying Tank gotta do, then Tank is going to put a rehydration clause on him. He would come in smaller at the 140 fight than he would if he fought him at 135. You want to know how much smaller? At least 10 pounds smaller. At least 10 pounds smaller. And why would Devin do that? Because if he fight him at 140, you know what Tank gonna say? All right, we can fight at 140. Here go a rehydration clause, and I'm taking more bread. So Devin's going to come in smaller, fighting Tank at 140 than he would for any of his last fights. Do y'all do math? Do y'all know what a rehydration clause is? I'm going to break it down for the people that's slow. That's like, Dean, you never thought of this, and I know you didn't. If he goes to at 135, Devin was coming in with no rehydration clauses, no catch weights at 135. Devin was walking in the ring anywhere between 156 and 159. That is documented. He just fought at 140 and came in at 165. Correct? Correct. If Gervonta Davis goes to 140 to fight Devin and puts a rehydration clause on him, it would be a 10-pound rehydration clause. Correct? Correct. The same day weigh-in, he would come in there at 150. And he wouldn't have time because if they do it early in the morning about 9 o'clock, y'all got to understand, a fighter not going to eat that much prior to him fighting. So his body, he only got a few hours to actually do it before he got to get some rest, before he got to go over certain things before the fight, before he got to see the referees and the trainers and make sure that he's medically okay to go into the ring and actually get in the ring. Because the part y'all don't get, once the fight starts, he's not in the back now while he's waiting for his fight to come up, eating cheese, steaks, and pizza. Some fighters have done it. Hey, but I doubt Devin Haney's too disciplined to do that. I have never seen Devin Haney do that. So he would literally come in at 150 and would have to rush to try to rehydrate to whatever he could right before the fight. The problem with that is he's going to lose it immediately when he starts sweating because he just put it on. He didn't even give his body time to let it sit on it. I don't think y'all understand. He probably will come in smaller if they fight him at 140 with a rehydration clause than he has been on fight night and fighting one at 135. I need y'all to understand math. I need y'all to understand math. That's why Devin Haney don't want to do it. That's why Devin Haney's saying, no, fight me at 140 and no catch weight and no rehydration clause. But if Tank tell him that, then okay, you're getting 10% then. 5% of the fight you're getting if I got to do all that. Because what's the point of me being the A side if I got to do all that to fight you? What's the point of being the guy with all the leverage if I got to do that just to fight you? I got to go to the higher weight division. I got to concede no catch weights. I got to let you rehydrate to whatever you want to rehydrate to. I got to not put a rehydration clause on you. That sounds like Devin is the A side. That's what that sounds like. That sounds like the roles have just been reversed. It sounds like that's everything to benefit Devin Haney. That's what it sounds like. So Devin, if you out here talking about fighting old school style, and that you not fighting with no catch weight or no rehydration clause, like I was telling everybody yesterday that he's not fighting with no catch weight or no rehydration clause. I keep telling y'all this fight won't happen. It hasn't. It is not going to happen. If it does happen, and I'm wrong, I will be the happiest man in the world, because then I'll get to gloat once Gervonta knocks him out. But right now, at this moment, that fight is not happening. If Devin Haney has that mindset that I think he has, then it'll be what I've been telling y'all. This fight will never happen. This fight was never going to happen. They never planned to let this fight happen. They just wanted to clout chase Gervonta Davis because he's the guy, help them build their career, because it's not like Devin Haney's scared to fight. Devin Haney is not even scared to fight Gervonta, in my opinion. I think Devin Haney is scared of the embarrassment of losing to Gervonta Davis. Not that if nobody could, I don't think that Devin Haney is scared to put on gloves and go in the ring with Gervonta Davis. You know how I know that he's not scared to do it? Because he has sparred Gervonta Davis before. So by definition, he couldn't be scared because he has done it before. Correct? Y'all agree with that? Correct. So why would he not want to fight him? Why? What is the underlying thing? Is that when it's real, you don't want to risk happening what happened to Ryan Garcia. You don't want to risk happening what happened to Shakur Stevenson. You don't want to risk messing up your whole marketability and your brand and everything that you've led up to this far. I told y'all this man is not willing to compromise. I told y'all this man can't make catch weights. I told y'all this man he's not willing to be under a rehydration clause. He's not even willing to give us the fight that we want. He's basically trying to put Gervonta Davis in the same situation he put Shakur Stevenson in. Either do what I say or we're not fighting. Either do what I say or we're not fighting. And we all know it's unrealistic for Devin to have that approach with Gervonta Davis if he actually wants to fight. Y'all know what this is. Deem by any means. To all my Devin fans, y'all, I didn't tell him to say this. I'm not coming at the young man. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. I keep telling y'all, they keep running their mouth. I'm going to keep saying something. When they say something that's foolish, y'all even know he can't just demand all of these things. Y'all know this. So before everybody get in their feelings and be hurt, understand, I didn't tell the man to be doing all of this. I didn't tell Bill Haney to get off the stage right after the fight and mention Gervonta. I didn't tell them to say that they would fight him at 135. I didn't tell Bill to sit up there and Devin to sit up there and say that that's the biggest fight. I didn't tell Devin to say that Gervonta is an all-time great. I didn't tell Devin to say that there's no way Gervonta should be fighting at 140. He's basically a 130. He's basically a blown up 130 fighter fighting at 135. I didn't tell them to say any of this. I'm just giving you what they said and what's going on out here. And I'm telling you how crazy that is to ask that, because that's not realistic if we want the fight. And that's why I told y'all, no, fight him at 135 then, bro. Because if you think that you have to dictate everything, then it don't make sense. Because if I fight you at 140, I'm going to put a rehydration clause on you, and you're going to probably be smaller than you was fighting at 135. More than likely, that's what Ryan Garcia said. Ryan Garcia said he wasn't able to hydrate properly because it was the same day weigh-in. And he was already having trouble making that weight. So, y'all know what this is, man. Deem by any means. And I holler. Devin, get it done, bro. It's on you to get it done too, brother.